So what is the heart? So heart is the seat of prana. Okay. The heart is the seat of prana. The heart is the seat of the mind. Heart is the seat of the soul. I explained this a little bit yesterday also. Correct? That the heart is the seat of the soul. My heart is for money. Oh, sorry, Krishna. So our heart should be what? So what is the feeling of the heart? So heart chakra. Okay. So in the heart, there is said to be the residence of the Atma, the soul. Now, very interestingly, the soul is said to be 1/10,000 the tip of the hair. 1/10,000 the tip of hair. So what does it mean? Our soul is 1/10,000 the tip of hair. Anybody?
Very small.
Very small.
Inconceivable.
Inconceivable. Inconceivable is a better word. Actually, it means that it does not have a material measurement. What do you mean by 1/10,000 tip of hair? Soul does not have a material measurement, and God does not have a material measurement. Right? Correct? Our desires also have no material measurement. Right? Our desires are unlimited. Everybody wants to be controller. But after they marry, they realize that it is a fake desire. So if you realize before marriage, it's better. So anyway, so the soul, 1/10,000 the tip of hair, is in the region of the heart. How big is the mind? So the mind is just a small bubble. So in our heart, there is the bubble of the soul. So just next to the soul, is sitting. Who is sitting next to the soul?
Lord Jagannath.
Yes, he's Paramatma, right? In the heart, there is Paramatma. And his relationship with us is that of a, Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, what does he say? He is the controller, but he says, I am the friend. He is called Suhrada, means he is your best friend. Now he is always talking to us, right? He's always talking to us. He's saying, do this fasting. On Ekadashi, don't eat pizza. Control your senses. But our mind does not listen, right? So then we eat whatever we feel like because we are stressed. So in the Bhagavad Gita, there is a beautiful verse that says, Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha. So very important. This also deals with mental health. If you are calm, if your mind is calm, then what happens? Jitatmanaha prashantasya paramatma samahitaha means Paramatma in the heart is giving you good instructions. Okay? He's always giving you good instructions, but you are not able to listen. Why? You are not able to listen because of the mind. Because of the mind. So the mind is always talking. So we have to control the mind. So today we will focus on the heart chakra. Now the mind also is connecting to the prana. Because when you desire something, when you want to act on something, it focuses on pushing the prana, right? So when you want to do something, you need energy, right? Now, suppose I want to earn $1 million, so I have to work this many hours, I have to do this much. You need that mental energy and physical energy. So that energy is called prana. So there is prana, there is karma, right? So many things, but you need energy to work. So that energy comes from prana, improving the pranic level. So the prana, the origin of prana, Prabhupada explains, is in the region of the heart. And all the prana, the pranic airs, they are all balanced in the body. So if you control your heart, if you calm down your heart, then what happens? Then your prana is controlled. Then what happens? Your energy levels are good. If your emotions are calm, right? We should have control over emotions. So this heart control connects to all the chakras. So tomorrow we will do the digestive chakra. So today we are doing the heart chakra. So yesterday we saw the throat chakra has all the vowels, right? 16 letters. Our Sanskrit vowels are 16 letters. So they are sounded here. So similarly, we have the heart chakra. And it has actually 12. Okay, let me just show you the picture. And that heart chakra has, okay, here. No, it's maybe small, but it's fine. So this heart chakra is greenish in color and it has kakha gaghanya chacha jajanya 5, 10, 12, tatha. And then the next letters continue with the next chakra. So like that, So kakha gaghana chacha jajanya tatha. So from the throat all the way to the base chakra, all the 52 letters of the Sanskrit word. So your body, when you purify this body, so this is explained in Uddhava Gita, that when you purify the body by asana, by pranayama, when the airs are pure and you vibrate the mantra, like that, when you chant that and the chakras resonate, your body experiences, you get visions of divine beings, you get higher vision, all these happens. So that is why the entire process of yoga is control of diet, control of posture, control of mind, is the process of purification. Actually, if you purify, then no disease can come to you. Whatever disease is there can be reversed completely. This is explained in Bhagavad Gita. This is explained in Bhagavatam. This is explained in Hatha Yoga Pradipika. This is also explained in most scriptures where Chikitsa Vibhaga, healing is the first step. One has to heal bad diet, one has to heal trauma, one has to heal family karma, whatever is there, and it can all be healed very interestingly by diet. First, yogi means, a devotee means he has to control his diet. Then what happens? Once you control diet, you have control over then sleeping. Yuktahara. Yuktahara gives the first control. Then comes Yuktahara Viharasya. Right? Then comes, you can do other activities. If your food is right, then you can do other activities right. Yukta chestasya karmasu. If you are balanced in body and mind, then you can work also appropriately. Right? Like today's work, TGIF, you can see today's work culture. By Friday, they have to drink. That is the way they work. Correct. TGIF. Because you are so stressed. But in yoga, work means it is not stress. Work is an yoga karmasu kaushalam. Just now I was seeing, like because of my son, we have this water bottle, 5 gallon, and we put this thing on top and turn it on and the water comes out, right? So you cannot keep it on the ground. We have to keep it all the way up, because if it's down within one day, or the water is out because of my son. So every time I have to keep lifting it. It's like a botheration. Just now I was like ready to come to the class. I need a glass of water. The previous cup was empty. I had to put it down, put this one up, start it up. I was like, so then I realized there are two ways. One, you complain when you cannot do it. Oh my God, every time I have to change. Right? Second, you develop enough strength to deal with it. Right? You have to do it. Then you have to develop enough strength to do it. So similarly, yoga is all about collecting the strength on how to quit the body. That moment is very important when you have to quit the body. You need all your strength and be conscious at that time. So for all this, our feelings are important, how we feel. But most important than that, the more I am practicing yoga every morning, as my practice is getting deeper, as my breathing is getting deeper, as my focus is getting deeper, I can really see that it takes you to a level where nothing affects you. Things that were affecting you ordinarily, they don't affect you anymore. You don't become reactive anymore. You become proactive. You become very calm. So that's the main thing. A yogi comes to that point. So that is when his heart is calm. So we have to come to that point in our life, because most of the diseases that's happening to us is because of our feelings. But you cannot change those feelings. Like every time you get angry, my teacher used to say, count 1 to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You get more angry. It's not in such silly things that you can control anger. Diet is the first thing. Second is your lifestyle, your yoga. You have to dedicate to really practicing this. It's really a commitment, being disciplined, and then focusing and meditate is very, very, spend quality time with the self, with the mind, calming the mind. You have to spend quality time. All right. So we will chant the heart chakra mantras today. So first we will start with the heart. So what is the element of the heart? It is the air element. This is the ether element. This is the air element. So we will do the Jnana Mudra. Okay, Jnana Mudra. You touch the tips of the fingers. Keep your back straight. Okay. And we focus on, first you focus on the breath, and let the breath, once you breathe in, calmly let the breath go out. Softly. Let the breath is your healer. Let the breath go out softly, calmly. Nicely fill up. And then let the breath go out calmly. Keep really calm. Hear the sound of your breath. Now gently meditate on your heart. If you really calmly focus, you can feel the heartbeat. Especially when you breathe out, if you are really calm and you meditate on the heart, you can feel the heartbeat. Especially if you are feeling the pulse at the tips of the fore and middle forefinger and the thumb. Feel a complete calmness, stillness, relax. It's a status of body and mind. Don't think of anything, just relax. Let all calmness come to you. When you breathe out, try to focus on the heartbeat, try to focus on the pulse at the tips of the fingers. Just let your consciousness revolve around three things: the pulse at the tips of the fingers, the breath, and the heartbeat. Really slow, calm breath. You'll feel a complete sense of relaxation. Just mentally chant Om. Now let us chant the mantra, Bija mantra for the heart. Ya. Three times. Ya. Ya. Feel the reverberation in the heart. Let the heart overcome lust, anger, and greed. Let all your feelings be all about depending upon Lord Vishnu. In the Yoga Rahasya of Nathamuni states that the heart is the seat of Paramatma, Lord Vishnu, and a yogi rakshayati iti vishvaso. He meditates on the heart, which is the seat, just like somebody in love meditates on the place where his lover is. So similarly, a yogi meditates on the heart where his dearest friend is. He is seated on a beautiful lotus, as we can see here, and all the letters activate this lotus, and we can take darshan of his lotus feet in the heart. Ka Ga Gha Da Cha Cha Ja Jha Nya Ta Tha Om Vishnave Namaha. Your heart is a pure place, is a pure temple. And if our feelings of anger, lust, greed are purified, then our heart becomes the divine heart. Om Paramatmane Namaha. That will happen when we meditate on the soul, when we realize the value of the soul, when we realize the value of prana. No hospital, no city, nothing can manufacture what the Lord gives you, the prana, the energy. And when we are calm, there is an energy called Soma. When we live a systematic, healthy lifestyle, when we focus on divinity in our heart, this is soma, the nectar, is generated in the heart lotus that makes us live longer, that makes us live really calm. Now, gradually, as you are sitting down, just do a lift up your chest. And now I will chant Om, and as you listen, calmly breathe in and out, with the exhalation remaining really calm. Om. Harihi. Om. Let our body remain calm, pure, like the conch shell. Just as when the sound goes through the conch shell, a beautiful sound emerges. Similarly, when you chant Om, all the letters, all the petals, all the blood cells, their crystalline structure changes when you hear the divine sound. That heals a lot of all the stress in the mind, relieves the bad habits, and heals the heart. Om. Hare Om. Hare Om. Hare Om. The Lord in the heart is called Chaitya Guru. He is the one who helps us give up our bad habits, helps us find a guru, or guides us till then so that we can practice the divine practice of yoga, the divine practice of surrender, because the practice of diet, the practice of yoga, all the activities we do eventually is meant to surrender to the Lord in the heart so that we can achieve a higher destination. Let us let go of all ill will, ill feelings we may have against anyone, because that is an obstacle to our own progress. Let us give away all the stress. Let us simply focus on the heart lotus and the lotus feet of the Lord Paramatma. And when this nectar generates in the heart, our lifespan increases. When the heart is happy, when we are always in a state of happiness, no disease come to you. But when you are always in a morose, sad, worrying state, all diseases come running to you. Let us first of all achieve neutrality to this world. Let us achieve relaxed body and mind, And this can only be achieved by regulated practice. Because when we have improper diet, when we have stressed out eating, it imbalances the prana which is in the heart, your airs. When you overeat, your stomach bloats, you are actually disturbing the pranic balance. You are not letting the Prakriti or nature the Lord has given you. You are not following the laws. But when you sincerely practice Chandrayana, when you sincerely practice healing, meditation, the Lord balances the air. Because since you are divine, and when you follow, God helps those who help themselves. When we sincerely follow, gradually all this is aligned in the spiritual direction. Very easily, our body, He gives us knowledge by which yoga begins to heal us. We feel lighter because lightness and heaviness is the imbalance of Vayu, Vata. And when we balance, the same body feels lighter, healthier, and miraculously all the diseases will disappear. It all depends on our sincerity and intent. Meditate on the pulse at the tips of the forefinger. Calmly breathe in and out. Meditate on the unlimited sky, and the beautiful air. Let us meditate on Mukhya Prana, Hanuman, because he is incarnation of Vayu, who is a pure devotee of Narayana. Just like him, if we practice surrender, celibacy to the Lord, all the strength will come to us. Om Pranaya Namaha, Om Apanaya Namaha, Om Samanaya Namaha, Om Udanaya Namaha, Om Vyanaya Namaha, Om Paramatmane Namaha. Hari Om. Now keep your left hand on the heart, close the fingers and feel the heartbeat. Right hand just below. Just feel completely relaxed mind and body. All right, let's join the hands. Harihi Om Asato Ma Satgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Okay.